Hi, it's Juris and welcome to Tattoo Shop Talk. And today finally is a giveaway episode of Tattoo Machine, one like this. And this one is from V Tattoo. This is Masked Archer. You can find link to their webpage in video description. And they do sell a lot of tattoo machines by Dragonhawk. And they also have a bunch of needles. They have all the WJXs and you can check. There's a wide variety to choose from. If you use my link, which is affiliate link, then you will support channel. And if you use a checkout code Tattoo Talk, you will get a discount. Let's just make this video a bit more interesting for them who stumble upon it at a later date when the giveaways already happened. And let's just do a recap of this year, which was 2021, on how it went in tattooing and how it went for our channel. I have some notes, so while I read them, I will also prepare these things for giveaway. So I'll roll up a few papers and then I'll choose it that way. This will be like an old school way to choose who the winner is. For us, year 2021 started with 3 months of lockdown. And for some places, like for example, where Carlos was, lockdown was, I think it started in November and it was for something like 7 months. And for many places, that's still an on and off thing. That's that not cool part of year and with all the things that's happening around. So yeah, for some places it's on and off. For some places it just kept on going. For me, what it meant, I had more time to work on videos and I also got this new space, so I was working on that. And that's why you saw more videos coming out from channel, because I had time to do that instead of work with what I should do. And that's how it went in many places, and then at some point in the year Save the Pigments happened. What was pretty cool, that suddenly everyone could just get their act together and they could do at least little thing like put their signature on a petition. Save the Pigments were the good guys, the best guys, and you know, don't be lazy, give them a follow and see what they are up to, and you know where to find link to their social media and their webpage. And check it, them two angels did more to all tattooing and to everyone than some associations with member fees, with like leaders and whatnot. Them two dudes got their act together, made a petition, made it to that parliament hearing, and they actually saved blue and green pigments for a year at that point. And they just did it for better good for everyone. So that's just like almost like a Christmas story, which fits the season. So once we reopened, it was pretty busy. It was busy, I think, for most places who reopened, and it felt like life is getting back to normal. For this channel, more and more brands started to reach out, so I had a chance to play with some new tattoo machines, different tattoo machines, unusual tattoo machines, some crazy stuff, and some pretty cool stuff. And I think it's pretty awesome. And then when you look what was happening in tattooing, like online, you see some disposable tattoo machines coming up. I don't know if that was a final concept, but I've seen posts like that. There was some tattoo machines in like some sleeves that can be completely sterilized. So a lot of innovation, but kind of like in that whoa department. And machines with all those electronic gifts and whatnot, so technologies have advanced pretty far. Also a lot of new needle groupings, some unusual groupings, and also what's cool, like bigger groupings for cartridge needles are now more accessible and more available. And that's also kind of good news for industry, because things are getting more available and more accessible. In cartridge department, it's pretty cool that there are more options. There's like groupings, sizes, like tensions of needles, there's like capillary systems and whatnot, so it's pretty cool. Like at this time you can't complain that you can't get right needles. And then closer to the end of the year you saw some adverts on channel, and it was company Manscaped that reached out to channel. They wanted to see how they can deal with us. Is our audience interested in their products? Therefore you saw those ad reads. And obviously grooming products have nothing to do with tattoo channel. It can be, there's like a lot of bearded there and bearded there individuals who needs a groom. Anyway, they reached out, it was fun to try. I don't know what's the situation yet. It was sort of a test run, but the ads are pretty fun to run. And we'll see if it takes us somewhere in future. And it's a big brand, I seen it on some big boy channels, that's why I thought, let's give it a try. Well, with the help of my colleagues. And now back to tattooing. The end of year came closer and suddenly the European ban on inks happened, and that's a stressful subject, confusing subject. There was a lot of noise and at the same time nobody knew what's going on. And at making this video it's like 2 weeks till it will actually happen. Luckily, if you keep an eye on some suppliers, there are those new inks, they start to appear, so the future looks a bit brighter. But the general situation is actually not so good, because by the fact it can be banned also with those inks, because it's a lot of like confusing things. What can be there, what cannot be there done. But the hope is out there, inks are coming in. It's more up to suppliers than us to sort it out, because they probably want to sell it, so they have to get them things ready and applying to all the regulations, labeling, they have to have all the paperwork. At this time, it's one of those things that you have to watch out not to buy into some like kind of okay products, because there can be inks that pretend to be other inks, or they are coming from different sources. So best thing what you can do in that situation is to ask suppliers for all the paperwork, ask all the material data sheets, make sure that it's coming from the right places and it sort of applies to rules and regulations. Be careful, don't buy into first thing that pops up. Don't be scared to ask questions. Legit suppliers are not afraid to communicate, they're very open, they have people working on that, so reach out, ask questions, require papers, and be safe on that department. And I will mention Save the Pigments again, because they're the most involved, they're doing stuff, they've been places, they talk to people, so definitely give them a follow, because nothing is over yet. Like, we kind of have that one deadline, but the fight is still on, and it can affect this industry, it can potentially affect other industries. That's from what I understood with communicating with one of the dudes involved in all that Save the Pigments and new inks and that type of thing. It's something to do with them people who make those rules and they don't link them to reality. And there's another topic by Tattoo Do, you can look it up. It's by this Danish skin doctor. He was also organizing hygiene course. He basically explains why it's not good, how it can affect other things, how it should have been approached. It's pretty cool article, and it basically means how that reach and all them can just sort of shut down tattooing, kind of de facto is the word. By the fact, situation looks pretty bad, it could have been approached different way, and Save the Pigments people are still trying to do something, so the fight is not over, keep supporting them. Links in the video description. And at this point it's end of the year, so in Denmark, in my shop, it kind of feels a bit lockdowny. Nobody's saying that there will be a lockdown, but pattern seems similar like last year, but maybe last year it was month earlier. So bigger places are locking down, face masks are back in business. I understand that in some places they never get off without working with masks. But we had a pretty long run without them. It's been a week or two with masks, so which means that the beard is going, because once I put the mask on, some weird stuff is happening here, beard here goes up, and I look like leprechaun with problems. So beard is going. Hopefully it will not be for a long time. Still at this point I remember how it started and it just feels similar. Let's hope for the best and do our best to stay safe. And now let's do giveaway. I was surprised how little people participated, so I don't know if somebody didn't understand the rules or they just don't want to get free tattoo machine, which in my opinion is pretty neat chance to at least try a new brand out and see if you like it or not. And if there was some sort of error, then let me know, because at least 2 people reached out to me on Instagram and they mentioned that they're trying to leave a comment, but it's not happening, it's just disappearing. So maybe it's some YouTube thing where they don't like @ symbols or something like that. Please let me know and I'll try to sort it out. And if that's the case, then for future we will try different platforms to do giveaways. Let's just work together to sort this thing out. It's been even more than a month and I have been a bit late with this video, but company is still up to do the giveaway. They just need who to send machine to. And let's give a little shout out to everyone participating. So I have these 4 rolls here and it will be pretty easy and old school way to choose a winner. There's Gaz Integrity Tattoo from UK. Laura 38, and she has a private business, but that still counts, you know, at least you're trying. Let's cover my eyes and yeah. So hopefully that private business is legit business. At least it's mentioned and at least person is honest. And thank you for the videos made. Blackwater Tattoo Parlor, Verona, Italy. There's no Instagram handle, but let's see, there's at least person's name as a YouTube user. One of the participants somehow managed to put their handle on YouTube, other one didn't. That's why it's written on paper here. He reached out to me on Instagram. He said it's impossible to leave a comment, it keeps on disappearing. He's trying from the beginning and that wouldn't be fair, so I just added him handwritten from Instagram. We'll see who's gonna win in a moment. Let's get a hat and throw those things in there. Where's my hat? Souvenir from a good customer. 2, 3, 4. We have them there. I'm not even looking. Let's tear them up. Let's get this one out. It's the guy who couldn't post the thing. It's the guy who hadn't written. It's the guy who couldn't manage to make a comment. Please let me know if other people had similar troubles where they couldn't leave like a comment. That can cause confusion, and we want things to be fair, and we want people to enjoy this tattoo shop talk situation. This was our first tattoo machine giveaway. This one was in collaboration with V-Tattoo, so please check those guys out if you want to shop with them. And if you want to support this channel, then use my affiliate link in the video description. And at checkout, use code TattooTalk, that's also in video description, and that will give you a discount and that will support channel. Have a beautiful Christmas and a happy new year, and remember, stay safe and save the pigments.